Hello, and welcome to our tutorial on descriptive statistics. Have you ever looked at a giant spreadsheet of data, maybe test scores or monthly sales figures, and felt overwhelmed? You can make sense of hundreds of numbers at once. That's where descriptive statistics comes in. It's the essential branch of statistics used to summarize, organize, and present raw data in a meaningful way. By the end of this 12-minute guide, you will know how to calculate and interpret the three most important descriptive measures: central tendency, variability, and visualizations. Here is the example graph. So here are the measures of central tendency. Tell us the most typical or middle value of a data set. We focus on three main metrics: the mean, the median, and the mode. The arithmetic mean is the sum of all observations divided by the number of observations. What are descriptive statistics? Descriptive statistics are succinct informational coefficients that provide an overview of a data, which may be a sample of the population or representation of the complete population. Measurements of central tendency and measurements of variability comprise descriptive statistics. The mean, median, and the mode are indicators of central tendency, whereas the standard deviation, variance, minimum and maximum variables, kurtosis, and skewness are indicators of variability. The arithmetic mean is the sum of all observations divided by the number of observations. So here is the example. Imagine we have the test scores of 5 students: 85, 90, 78, 92, and 88. To find the mean score, we have added up all the scores and divided by the number of the scores. So the mean test score for these 5 students is 86.6. Median. When the value is a data set is arranged in ascending order, the median is the middle value. If there is an odd number of data points, the median is simply the middle value. If there is an even number of data points, the median is the average of two middle values. It is important to know that this is resistant to extreme value or outliers. Example: no matter how tall the last person is, the person in the middle remains the person in the middle. So the median does not change, but if we look at the mean, it does have an effect on how tall the last person is. The mode refers to the value that appear most frequently in a last data set. A set of data may have one mode, more than one mode, or no mode at all. One value is more frequently than any other. It has one mode and is called unimodal. Example: 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. The mode is 4. 2 more frequently, it has two mode and is called bimodal. Example: 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. The mode is 4, 4, and 5, 5. More than two modes is 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7 are called multimodal. The measures of dispersion range, variance, and standard deviation, and interquartile range. IQR or interquartile range are essential concepts in descriptive statistics used to quantify how spread out of varied the data points are within a data set, while central tendency measures like the mean and median tell us where the center of the data lies. Dispersion measures provide insight into variability around the center. The range is the simplest measure calculated as the difference between the maximum and minimum values. However, its major drawback is its high sensitive to outliers as it only uses the two most extreme values. In In contrast, variance and its square root, the standard deviation are more robust measures because they calculate the average distance of every data point from the mean and the standard deviation expressed in the original units of the data. Is widely used to understand the typical distance from the average, indicating how consistently data points cluster together. Finally, the interquartile range (IQR) is an effective measure for squid distributions as it focuses on the middle 50% of the data by calculating the difference between the third and first quartiles. By ignoring the extreme 25% on both ends, the IQR offers a measure of spread that is resistance to the distorting effects of outliers. Together, these measures of dispersion provide a complete picture of the data distribution, helping analysts understand not only typical value but also reliability and consistency of data set. Standard deviation by showing a group of people and their height, which represent our data points. The horizontal line labeled mean, top left, is the perfect average height of the entire group. The diagram at the bottom then focuses on the deviations, using the small red lines to show exactly how far each person's height is from the central mean. Some people are a little above and some are little below. These are the individual differences. The job of the standard deviation is to turn all those separate differences into one single, powerful number which is visualized by the shaded red bar. Top right. This red bar represents the typical range of spread around the average. If that bar is thin, it means most people are very close to the average height, showing the group is highly consistent. If the bar were wide, it would mean height are scattered all over, indicating a highly varied group. Ultimately, the standard deviation is the most common way we measure the risk or consistency in a set of numbers. In summary, if this red band is narrow, it means most people are very close to the average height, so the data is very consistent. And if this red band is wide, it means the height are very scattered, showing the data is highly varied. Descriptive statistics serve as the initial fundamental step in data analysis, providing tool to organize, summarize, and present data in an understandable format. Their primary function is to give a clear, comprehensive overview of the characteristics of a dataset without attempting to generalize finding to a large population. This field is generally broken down into two core areas. The first is measures of central tendency, which identify the typical or central position of a data distribution, most commonly represented by the mean or average, median, the middle value, and the mode, the most frequent value. The second area involves measures of variability or dispersion, yes, which quantify how spread out the data points are. Key measures here include the range, variance, and standard deviation, which indicates the average distance of data points from the mean. By calculating and presenting the measures, descriptive statistics transform raw data into a coherent structure, often displayed through tables, charts, or graphs, enabling researchers and analysts to quickly grasp the essential features of data before proceeding to more complex inferential methods. And that's all. Thank you. Pum, chum, pum, chum.